liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art of Political Discourse. Let's get right to it. This is day 3 of the U.S. and Israel war against Iran. This, as we all know, have evolved and turned into something that we think that most people are saying, including the government, that they did not expect. They did not expect it to turn out the way it is turning out. And for that reason, I think then they're going to go all out to bring themselves, especially Donald Trump, to bring himself into a better light, be able to say, yeah, I got it done regardless. Okay, yeah, so what? Some die, those losers, they die, You know how he talks about American soldiers from past wars. He really berates them, discredit what they've done or, in terms of the country, fighting for the country. Anyway, so that being said, there's something going on, you guys, and I tell you, this is probably another cover up. U.S. jets are now being shot down. Now let America tell it. They boast that they have the best equipment, not just planes or fighter jets, but equipment, period, in the world, military equipment. But three United States jets were shot down, and these were the Air Force. I think they were F-15Es or something like that. Pretty good planes, right? 3 of them were shot down. And I can't wait to see the spin on this one. Actually, I have something queued up. But before we get to that, I'd like to first ask everyone to please like, share, comment, especially comment about what you think is going on or what isn't going on, or whether or not you think that this so-called surgical strike, a preemptive strike against Iran, was worth it? Was it necessary? And we get through doing that, please follow and subscribe to the channel. Your participation and viewership in this channel, in this space, would be very much appreciated. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it. Again, they have shot down, we'll get to who they are, 3 U.S. warplanes. Okay. And again, this is something worth looking at, people. It's something worth looking into. I have a clip, like I said, I'm going to run that clip to help us understand what is going on. And this clip is this guy here he's an okay guy. This is courtesy of Chris Norlett. All right, and we appreciate you, Chris, for this. Let's hear what he has to say, and we'll comment as we go. Again, U.S. is in a panic. 3 American jets have been shot down.
So there's a couple of memes going around that really capture what we're in right now. This is a Shrek meme, right? Making fun of Trump. And basically the king says, some of you will die, but that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. And you got the MAGA base at his side. Here's another one. This is from Trump. He says, I regret to inform you that your son was a loser, right? That's what Trump thinks of the soldier.
Hold on, let's play this.
There's another one. This is from die, but that's a sacrifice. And basically the king says, this is a Shrek meme, right? Making fun of Trump. And basically the king says, some of you will die, but that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. And you got the MAGA base at his side.
Wow.
Here's another one. This is from Trump. He says, I regret to inform you that your son was a loser, right? That's what Trump thinks of the soldiers.
And that is a result of Trump. I think he had disparaged John McCain before John McCain had passed away. John McCain didn't like Trump. Trump didn't like John McCain. And while John McCain was, I think, a Navy pilot or something, he was shot down in Vietnam and captured by the Vietnamese and held a prisoner of war for some time. They did a number on him over there as well, messed him up, broke bones, that's why he could never hold his hand right. They tortured him, so he say. Anyway, Trump, going back and forth with John McCain, said on national TV, he's a loser. He was captured. He was a loser, And it was so disrespectful, being that this man had, he was in this jet, no telling who he shot and anything else they do in them jets when they're at war. But anyway, he gets captured, and this is how Trump repays him, or speaks to how prisoners of because you're a prisoner of war, you're captured or whatever. He speaks to that being, oh, you're weak, you're a loser. So this is what they're saying, and I get it. It's not funny, but this is Trump,
basically. Or this one, dear soldiers, get ready. You're going to die for you know who. And I'm starting with this is because, frankly, guys, things are absolutely spiraling out of control. I just saw this a couple minutes ago. Iran live news. U.S. jets crash in Kuwait. Iran says no Trump talks. The jets at the moment, first it was reported several. Now we have 3. U.S. says 3 fighter jets downed in friendly fire over Kuwait. And I believe
now, yes, several is 3, but no surprise that Iran is saying now there'll be no talks. There'll be no talks. Think about it. Your neighbor, whoever, and you guys having disagreements or whatever, and okay, you say, I'll sit down at the table with you. Let's try to hash this out. And the neighbor says, okay, cool. We're that, And while we're talking or hashing this out, he got his brother-in-law in the back room preparing to go over to my house while we're talking, burglarize me or do something, it's tantamount to that. So I go home and I see, damn, I was talking to you. This is what you were doing to me. Okay, to hell with it. Now let me go and get, let's get it on. And as I begin to just put it on you, you want to say in the middle of my anger, my being stabbed in the back, stop for a minute. Let's talk. Talking time is over. The time to talk was when we were talking, at least we thought we were talking, and you were stabbing us in the back. There'll be no more talks. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I believe these are F-15s, and this is just my first reaction is we got to get our people out. Just ceasefire, get out. I don't want to be participating in this stuff. I don't want to send our sons and daughters over here. I don't want to be spending our tax dollars on these things. And it's just chaos. And the Pentagon is actually pushing back against Trump. You can see this right here. Pentagon tells Congress no sign that Iran was going to attack U.S. first. Because remember, the Trump people was like, oh, guys, there's an imminent threat. We got to attack right now.
But that's always the spin. That's always a spin. Israel does it very well. United States does it as well, or just about as well as Israel. You wonder, who got it from who first. But that's always the spin. It always is, and it always will be until such a time people say, okay, now we're not buying that stuff no more.
All right, just like the W&D stuff under George Bush.
They tell lies, propaganda, oh man, weapons of mass destruction. In this instance, they were going to attack the U.S. Our assets, military assets over here. They are making a nuclear weapon. Oh, well, they need regime change. Oh, well, they make missiles. It just changes, so
Remember this? Same idea under Trump. We're just attacking here. The Pentagon, again, is pushing back here. Evidently, Trump's lethal interventionist presidency, no president in the modern era has ordered more military strikes against as many different countries as Trump. He attacked 7 nations, 3 of which, Iran, Nigeria, and Venezuela, had never been targeted by U.S. military.
And look at the silhouette and back of Trump. Do you guys see that? That looked like a 5.56. It could be a 2.23 shell, but like for real, guy, he campaigned on no wars. He campaigned on no wars, and here he is in the midst of another war after already, he's bombed many countries. He's bombed quite a few. Can't trust him. Can't trust nothing he says.
So we're attacking all over the place. This is Trump's a threat at home. He's a threat abroad. He's destabilizing the world. It's obvious. And then he's making these weird, whacked out phone calls to reporters. President Trump told me tonight the U.S. had identified possible candidates to take over Iran. Okay. But they were killed in the initial attack. And this is the quote here from Trump. Quote, the attack was so successful, it knocked out most of the candidates. It's not going to be anybody that we were thinking of because they are all dead. Second or third place is dead.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of callous. Again, though, see, here's the thing, or the problem that we think the Trump administration and Israel will face as a result of this, I think, cowardly, callous act. I think it's very cowardly. And then I think it's very universally unlawful. It should be to kill a head of state, whether you agree with them or not. But here's what they don't understand, the Trump administration, Israel. Whoever's coming next, chances are they're going to be way worse than Ali Khamenei. They're going to, you just opened the can of worms, So thinking that you've done something when reality will show, I think you will be shocked back into the present as you are being now in terms of who's going to replace the guy you murdered. It's not going to turn out as you think.
Basically, the Trump people, they wanted to remove Hermione, right? And then they had people that they wanted to put in as basically as puppets. And then I guess
that wouldn't have flew. That wouldn't have flew. And then that's part of this this narrative that they give the people, especially the public, the Americans especially. They think the Americans are so gullible. Maybe a little truth in that, maybe not. But come on, there's no way on God's green earth that they were going to be able to select or pick who they wanted to be the next Ayatollah Khamenei in Iran. No way. No way. No way. That don't even make a little bit of sense.
Yes, they're dead, so that we have no plan. We're just destroying everyone and killing everyone. That's what's going on right now. It's just chaos, and I'm just. It's hard. It's hard to talk about this stuff, but I just want to be frank with you guys. You're not alone. If you're pissed off, if you're crying, if you're angry, if you just have so many emotions that it's just hard to express yourself, you're not alone. I mean, this whole thing is a total mess. That's why my first reaction, if you want to say, Chris, what do you think? Is get our people out, call ceasefire, remove Trump from office. It's obvious. This is more. It says, in another phone call this evening, President Trump told me about the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Quote, I got him before he got me. They tried twice. Well, I got him first. Because that's a quote from Trump. What are we talking about here?
Let me see that. And that was a quote from where? Okay. In another phone call this evening, President Trump told me this about the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. I got him before he got me. They tried twice. Well, I got him first. That's a reference to what U.S. intelligence believes was a plot to kill Trump in 2024. They were setting this thing up a long time ago. This is all propaganda. This is all propaganda.
The quote from Trump.
Wow.
What are we talking about here?
Right.
This is a wife of a soldier in the active duty. Listen to this.
Lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
If you voted for this, I want you to know that I hate you. I mean that. I hate you.
That is powerful. That kind of gave me chills. Whoa. Whoa. People are beginning to see the mistake of the second Trump presidency. People are not, no, that's an understatement. People are beginning to feel this second Trump presidency all over the world, not just here in the United States. People are beginning to feel, not just see it, they're feeling it. But those who made the mistake, or so we think, we voted him in. Okay, let's address that real quick. We did not vote him in office, people. So let's get past that. Okay. I think her anger is palpable. Her hate is palpable. I felt it, for those she think are responsible. She think the voters put Trump in the seat. They did not. The Electoral College, whoever they are, put him there. That's who put him there. All right. But those who sit up daily, these MAGA people, and they rah for Trump, yeah, your anger, it's palpable as it is. That's who it should be directed at. This is
And that's not just me speaking out of fear or sadness as the spouse of an active duty service member, although I am profoundly sad and incredibly terrified right now. But I still mean it when I say that if you voted for this, I hate you. And if you know me in real life and you're watching this and you're shocked because you're thinking to yourself, well, I voted for this and I know Kendall and I know that she couldn't possibly hate me. She knows me. I want you to know it goes for you too. In fact, not only does it go for you too, I hate you twice as much as the strangers that voted for this. And you are delusional if you think that you get to look me in my eyes and tell me that you care about me while actively cheering on the man who made it very clear from the very beginning that he would happily send my husband, my soulmate, to die in a foreign country. This is monstrous. It's monstrous.
Do y'all feel that? Wow.
They struck a school building. More than 50 little girls are dead.
150 little girls. They struck the building not once, but twice. Some are saying 3 times. Israel struck that building with those little children in it. Over 150 little girls. Come on, man.
This morning, because of the man you installed in the most powerful office in the world.
And I just wanted you to hear this. I just want you to know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people who are really upset of what's going on.
My name is Bill Mitchell. I'm the Senior Director of Strategy.
This is George Bush 2001 all over again. But this is 3.0, 4.0, Trump. This is just starting, people. He has 2.5, almost 3 years left. You guys better get ready. The American people better get ready because we're on that list. We're on that list to run roughshod over, to treat as he sees fit. Get ready.
U.S. officials skeptical of regime change in Tehran after Khamenei killing, right? So people are coming out. It's like these kind of leaks. It means people are coming out against it. And
again, though, there's no way in the world anyone could possibly think they could install an Ayatollah in Iran that's their puppet. No how, no way.
Someone says here, what appears to be CIA sources leaking to Reuters that the regime will not collapse in Tehran. As far as I know, these sorts of leaks have never taken place 2 days into a major war before. Draw your own conclusions from that.
But not only that, this is what, again, it boggles the mind, in terms of how these people are thinking. American politicians as well as, Israeli politicians. There is an apparatus in place. There is a structure in really is no different from the structure here in the United States. If something should happen to Trump, there's a succession, there's a lineup. The same goes for Iran. And hey, it's a big deal over there as well. There's no way that you should think that you can take out the spiritual leader of that country and there will not be a succession. That's like the Pope dying and then they don't have another Pope just in case. It makes no sense.
Yeah, usually you don't see that kind of stuff, right? People are coming out against Trump because anyone who been paying attention to this stuff,
they aren't coming out fast enough, because I'm telling you guys, the longer Trump is able to sit up in there, the more that those who really run the world, who control Trump and control the U.S. Political system, the politicians in it, are going to continue to bring stuff down the pipes at us. Watch what I tell you. And again, it's almost like this changing of the guard thing. We can get rid of Trump. Y'all can impeach Trump, send him to jail. Send him to jail. Guess what? The next person that comes to sit in that seat will be under the same directives. Will be told what to do. That's it.
You can tell that Trump has no plan. You can tell that the people that he has in his cabinet are completely inept. It's obvious. Like we talk about this stuff every day. It's not only obvious now. Now it's dangerous, and you're completely destabilizing everything. And so I just keep saying, just get our people out.
Yeah, Trump does not have a plan. Okay, but guess who does? Guess who does? It was in one of the memes. They have a plan. And if everybody or if anyone thinks it's going to stop at Iran, again, you are mistaken. You are mistaken. For those countries who are helping those people, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, all of them, Turkey, those countries who aren't saying anything about what's going on in Gaza, they're on the list as well. And that's what really gets me. How the heck you don't see this?
We don't want to get dragged down on this stuff. Listen to what they're saying in the UK. From Trump, he's very disappointed with the UK, right? Starmer's blocking the use of air bases. So they don't want to get involved. And then you got this. That's probably never happened between our countries before. It sounds like he was worried about legality.
No, but there is a report that Starmer is allowing the U.S. and Israel to use their bases in the Cyprus island. So again, this is crazy.
It's kind of crazy because that's what we should all be worried about, legality. They're also talking in the morning show in Britain. Quote, my warning to the UK government is to say, do not get dragged into this. And basically we're saying here, don't let Trump drag us all down with him. And that's why it's important when the Pentagon comes out, when you got sources from the CIA coming out going like, basically Trump's in the wrong here. This is when you would remove him from office immediately. And then these are discussions they're having in other countries. It's like, don't let Trump drag you into this stuff. And
well, we at the Art of Political Discourse would like to say good luck with that. Because again, see, people aren't really looking at the big picture and how these things are really orchestrated, how they are planned to play out, who's involved and who's not. Those that are not involved, you already have an idea who they are. They are the ones that Trump attacks. You know, and we're talking about, you know, the Western world, you know. They're the ones that Trump always has something bad to say about, all right? Most of those in the West are like other people in the world when it comes to this administration, this Trump administration. They bow. They bow. All right. That being said, let's. I would like for, you know, our guests, our viewers, man, to please come in and comment about what we've seen here today as well. Address anything I had to say about what is going on in the world. Because of the president of the United States of America If you don't agree, come into the comments and let me know that. I'll answer, I'll address whatever your issues are or concerns are about what I've said in my opinion towards Donald Trump and those countries willing to help him do the murderous things we see taking place. All right. Now, that being said, please like, share, follow, and subscribe to this channel, The Art of Political Discourse. Thank you for your viewership. Take care of yourselves and each other.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.